traveled a long distance to come today, and we want to be respectful of their time and get them back on the road as soon as possible. Many of them have events this afternoon that they've got to be at as well. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Kathy Johnson. For those who don't know me, I am the former director of the Alabama Broadband Initiative, known as Connecting Alabama, and we actually have the new director here with us today, Jessica again. So welcome, Jessica. We're so glad to have you. Jessica works across the state and stays up on all the broadband projects and is really working to help advance not only the access to broadband in the state, but also the use of, so that our citizenry is better served. I want to, let's see, where did he go? Mayor Evans. I saw him in the room. Oh, Mayor Evans, thank you so much for welcoming us into your home and allowing us to come today and have this forum so that we can understand this project better and get this thing going and really begin to advance broadband in rural Alabama, particularly these 8 Black Belt counties.
We just officially welcome all of you to Selma. Yes, I'm going to let you say it was a great day to be in Zoom. That function this weekend, I was going to say versus Selma with their recruiting efforts. Their theme is a great day to be a Hornet, so I'm just going to tell you all. It's a great day to be in Selma, a great day to have you here. You hope with everything. The convention had a course of policy, let's please know. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. They have been most gracious to host a number of meetings here in Selma, and so it's always good to be back in Selma. We do want to bring a few things out to begin with. We just want to talk about, first of all, I don't think there's anyone who doesn't know why we're here. I think there's probably not a person in this room who is not here because they care about the Black Belt of Alabama. And we all are on the same page with that. We all are here because we care about the people, the communities, the businesses that are in the Black Belt of Alabama, and we want to see good things happen for this area. So we come with a joint spirit, cohesiveness of wanting to see this project be a success. And so we're going to move forward with talking about the project, getting some questions answered that people have had. And this is really an exciting day to have all of the partners of this project sitting at this table together so that we all can talk about this project together, have questions answered, and move forward. So talking about some ground rules, let me mention first off that it is policy within the council chambers that all public meetings are recorded. So this meeting is being recorded today. If you have a question, we do ask that you come forward to the microphone and ask your question so that it can be picked up on the equipment. Anyone who wants a copy of the recording from today, all they need to do is see Miss Bessie Curtis. She will be glad to help you. Bessie, can you kind of let them know who you are? Woman in the beautiful red sweater today. Bessie, thank you for your assistance with this meeting. And if you are interested in a copy of the recording, that is not any problem. Just please see Bessie before you leave and give her your contact information so she can arrange that. We do want to make sure that we create an environment here where everyone feels welcome to participate. We want to make sure that we do stimulate communication among the group and among the members here today. This, although it looks like a formal setup, is very informal. We want this to be a conversation between the project team and those who will be benefiting from the project. And we definitely, I don't think this is anything that has to be stated, but I will go ahead and state it. We want to be sure that everything conducted here today, everything that is said, is in a respectful and professional manner. Everyone here is a professional, and we know that we can conduct business in such a manner, and we know that for the benefit of this project and for the benefit of the people that we represent, the communities we represent, that we will speak to each other in a very respectful manner. Questions can be asked and answered very professionally and very respectfully, and we know that that's how it will be conducted today. As I stated, if you have a question, please step to the microphone. We will pass the microphone. Just raise your hand, say you have a question, and we'll make sure that you get the microphone so that everyone can hear your question and the answer. And we do want to keep questions and comments related to the topic at hand. If you have a question that happens to come up in your mind and it's outside the topic area that we are currently discussing, please jot it down and bring it up at the appropriate time just so that we can kind of stay on task here. Anytime we're talking about a project of this magnitude, this is has so many different areas in it that we have broken them down, and I am going to tell you the topic areas so you can save your question for that. If we have not covered the area of questioning that you have, we will open it up at the end for additional questions and comments because we want to make sure that you get your questions in. Be respectful of others' opinions, even if they are different from your own. And we do encourage the project partners to be straightforward here today. We have brought the community together to be able to hear about this project. It is exciting. We are excited about it. And so we just come today to hear your answers. And just some things, honestly, when you have a project, I know this from working with grants in the past, when you have a project of this magnitude, there are going to be questions that arise. And these people are the representatives of their communities. They will take this information back and help their communities understand about this project. So we do need your straightforward answers. And I know I hate to say this, but it always needs to be said. Be sure your cell phones are on silent or vibrate. Never fails. There's going to be a phone ring at some point in time. And I know that everyone here is important, and I know that you get a lot of phone calls during the day. So just be respectful of others and put it kind of on silent. Step out when you have to take a call. I'm not going to tell you you can't take calls. Just step outside and be respectful of others. Okay, here are the topics that we're going to discuss today. And in this order, we're going to introduce the project team. We will talk about their roles and responsibilities so that you know each of their areas. And then we're going to allow you to introduce yourself so that we know what communities you represent. It will help the project team target their answers to the communities that you represent so that we can be sure that we get questions and answers that are suitable and that we stay focused here today. We're going to talk about the status of the project, and we do have specific questions that have been sent in ahead of time about the project status. Anything that we need to know that's not answered, be sure and ask it during that time about the status. We are going to talk about, anytime there's a grant application, sometimes there are things that come up that change along the way. You think you know how the project is going to work, but as you begin actually to play it out, you realize that there need to be some tweaks here and there along the way. So we're going to talk about changes that have taken place from the original grant application to where we are today, so everyone can understand those. We will talk about the budget of this project and the cash match. We'll talk about the timeline for rolling out this project and what has taken place today. Then we have some questions that have been submitted by internet service providers. For the sake of time, I won't say the term internet service providers every time. I'll call them ISPs, so you'll know what that term means. But any ISP questions, anything to do with the deployment, the maintenance, the operation of this network, we will be discussing those. And then next steps, where do we go from here? When we leave here today, what can each of us do to make sure that this project is a success? Okay? So, are there any questions before we get started with the questioning? All right, project team, there is a microphone here. We will let you know if we're unable to hear you so that we can make sure everyone in the audience can hear. All right, we'll begin with the questioning. Let's talk about the partners.
Let me say a few words first.
Yes, absolutely.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ralph Brown, President and CEO of Trillium Communications Corporation. First, let me thank the committee, Kathy and your team, for inviting us to come to chat with you today regarding the project. I'd like to thank also the political leaders here this morning who have selected to join us in the conversation. We are pleased to be here in Selma, Alabama, and we're also proud and pleased to be able to share with you where we are with the project. I bring with me several members of our core team. First, we have Larry Morrow, who is the Director, Chief Technology Officer for A+ Community Networks. Also with me is Tony Shackelford. Tony is Vice President, Program Manager for ISP or Service Provider Integration. Keith Quarles is Executive VP with A2D as well, and Keith has program management responsibilities. Along with me include Robert Wood. Robert is the Interim Director of the South Central Alabama Commission, or SCABC, and of course Chairman King. Charlie King is the Chairman Commissioner of Lowndes County and also the current lead of the SCABC. We also have Fountain, who's also the, I believe he serves as secretary, vice chair for the SCABC. So, I'm sorry, and the mayor of Fort Deposit. So, and also in the audience is Brian Watkins, who is the vice president with A2D, along with Esther Lott, Esther Lott, who is the chief information officer for A+. So this is the core team.
And David Daniel, who is the mayor pro tem. David Daniel, mayor pro tem, chief secretary of SCABC.
Good morning. Thank you, sir. During our session this morning, we intend to provide you, the key stakeholders, with an update on the status of the project. But before I get into the current situation with the project, let me bring you up to speed and remind you what the project is all about. First of all, we're constructing over 2,200 miles of fiber optics cable across 8 counties in south central Alabama, doing which a variety of wholesale services will be offered to the stakeholders and to people in the communities, 90+ cities, municipalities, 8 counties, untold residences of up to 17,000 residents will be affected. And we are just pleased as put it to be here and offer this service to South Central Alabama. We'll also provide new and improved broadband services for 72,000 households, 3,000 businesses, enabling local network services across a broadband network that will reach from here in Selma, Alabama to global companies around the world. We intend to promote and offer through the services or through the network telemedicine, distance learning, access to judicial systems, as well as supporting groups like Homeland Security. We have direct connections to approximately 400 anchor institutions, including as many as 34 public safety entities, 91 K-12 schools, 4 libraries, 5 community colleges, 2 additional institutions of higher learning, and of course, Tuskegee and Alabama State have been with us from day one. And we'd like to certainly thank all of them for being our partners and getting us ready for the grant and have been on board with us since day one, moving this forward. I also like to thank Aaron McCall, who's been with us from his standpoint. He has been very instrumental in providing and overseeing the surveys that were done early on as we were gearing up and preparing for the grant submittal. 8 counties and only 1 federally recognized Native American tribe will share $59 million in grant funds to build a broadband superhighway through the heart of Alabama's Black Belt. Funding comes from the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act Broadband 2 Opportunity Stimulus Program, of which an additional $26.9 million will be provided via a matching fund. The project will also enhance public safety services by creating an interoperable network among public safety agencies in all 8 counties. This enhancement will allow public safety agencies to communicate and manage first responders within and across multiple jurisdictions in the 8 counties. Trillion's core team roles and responsibilities are as such. A+ Community Network is brought on as a contractor to provide asset transfer assistance. They provide technical assistance to the formation of the SCABC, as well as serve as a system validation arm of the Comprehensive Community Infrastructure Implementation Program. A2D is the sub-recipient in the program management construction company overseeing the placement of the 2,200 miles of fiber starting in the city of Alabama,